When 2020 began, no one could have predicted the events that were about to unfold. As information about a novel coronavirus, or COVID-19 as we came to know it, spread throughout the world, so did the degree of uncertainty we are facing. We all quickly learned new terminology like social distancing and flattening the curve. And the realization set in that hugs and handshakes would have to cease for a time, and masks would temporarily hide our welcoming smiles. For everyone's safety, restaurants had to close, non-essential businesses locked their doors, and hospitals canceled all elective procedures. Our future was scary and uncertain, as was our financial solvency. Our state and federal leaders reached out a helping hand in the form of stimulus packages and other funds to save the nation's healthcare system. But in our region, and through all the uncertainty, Pikeville Medical Center found a path, not merely to survive, but to grow. At the end of March, PMC opened a drive-through laboratory service next to the 24-hour drive-through pharmacy for convenient care and safe transactions. During the same time, existing plans to launch telehealth services were expedited and implemented in record time. By mid-April, patients could see and speak with their doctor through a computer or smart device without leaving home. PMC installed Wi-Fi hotspots in our parking lots and secured other locations in our regions for patients lacking adequate signal strength at home. Patients who required an in-person clinic visit were able to do so with limited exposure. Instead of sitting in a waiting room, a text upon arrival would allow them to remain in their car until the physician was ready to see them. When PMC employees presented the idea of using 3D printers to produce face shields that offered an extra measure of protection to our staff, officials with SOAR and the City of Pikeville stepped up to help fund the project. In May, a partnership was formed between the state, PMC, and the Pike County Health Department to provide free drive-through COVID testing. Hundreds of free tests were available each day thanks to the Kentucky Department for Public Health and Commissioner Dr. Stephen Stack. Since April, PMC has administered almost 30,000 tests, which includes those done in support of our local schools and universities. PMC established an inpatient COVID ward and a COVID ICU unit, all with negative pressure rooms. Our clinical heroes have treated many COVID patients, including several sent from other hospitals and providers throughout the region. We are now approaching November, and the pandemic is affecting our region more than ever. Thanks to our federal and state leaders, free drive-through COVID-19 testing is still available, along with many other drive-through services. Elective procedures have resumed, and patients can rest assured that progressive safety guidelines have and will continue to be implemented as we are settling into our new normal. The 3,000 dedicated staff members who proudly wear the PMC uniform and fight this horrible virus are selflessly forging the path to the day when this pandemic finally comes to an end. With resolve, dedication, and the supportive resources provided by Congressman Hal Rogers and Governor Andy Beshear, we will get through this. We will get through this together, because together we rise.
By God's great mercy and through faith in Him, we have been fortunate in our region to avoid the severity of the pandemic that has ravaged parts of our country. However, we have been affected, and our numbers unfortunately are climbing. On paper, the number of those in our region who have ultimately lost their battle to COVID-19 looks small. However, to each of those families who have lost a loved one, it is every bit as devastating as the hardest hit areas in the world. Our thoughts and prayers go out to their families. In memory of those we have lost, I would like to ask for a moment of silence to honor their memory. Thank you.